IKEA has launched so many new products, so we're going to go inside and check them out. Some of them look like absolute garbage, and some of them have a lot of potential, and I'm moving soon, so I'm going in with a new lens. Let's head inside. In recent years, I felt that IKEA isn't necessarily a place that's really accessible anymore because prices have really gone up. But with this new IKEA PS 2026 collection, I am thoroughly impressed, and I think IKEA is a place that you should start shopping at again if you stopped like I did. First things first, I want to talk to you about this inflatable chair. Now, this is contemporary, it's mid-century modern, and I just love how accessible it is because it has a pump. Do I think this is probably the most comfortable chair in the world? No, but I love the innovation here, and I love that it makes furniture assembly easy for the average person. I've seen tons of people assemble this and it takes like 30 seconds, and that is like a bewildering concept when it comes to IKEA. So I really love this piece, the structure of it, the silhouette. I think it's really beautiful and could be timeless and something you could really easily reupholster. Worm from Dune. All jokes aside, I do really love this table clock as well, simply because clocks normally are so aesthetically displeasing, and I think this is very chic. It's sculptural, it's going to add something to the home, and it leans into that pop of red theory, which is the theory that if you add a pop of red to any space, even a neutral space, it really takes things to the next level, and I think this is certainly true. Plus, lots of people don't know how to tell time anymore, so I love that it's analog. And every retailer on the planet has come out with USB rechargeable lamps, which I love the accessibility there, but most of them are ugly. These are so chic. This is a great way to elevate your bookshelf styling, your outdoor space, your coffee table. I love an unexpected illumination. I think it is just a great way to make a space feel more cozy because that's the power of lighting. It can make a space feel so much more intimate and really foster conversation in a really beautiful way. And I love these pieces for that reason. I think the burgundy is the one that's gonna end up being the most timeless. And this light collection is just another example of versatility at IKEA while also being aesthetically pleasing. So these lamps can be an uplight, a side light, and a downlight, just depending upon how you angle them. And the silhouette changes, the structure changes. This is such a striking piece. Is it neutral? No, but I think this burgundy one could work really well in a neutral space, and it can work for kids, for living rooms otherwise. I think a big place where IKEA tends to miss too is wall decor. And in this PS 2026 collection, I love these wall decor pieces. I think you could use them as is. You can put them in a shadow box. You could paint them, or you make them buildable and put them in a shadow box. You could illuminate the back side of them. I think that they have a ton of potential. They have a set of 3, and then I believe they also have a set of 2. I love the figurative nature of this. I think sculpture is something that's very lost on us as a society, and this is a great ode to that. Now, these glass vases lost me a little bit. So this is, again, part of the same collection. I love the color. It gives like extraterrestrial to me, which isn't an inherently bad thing. This just doesn't seem like something that would work in a lot of different homes. It gives more dopamine decor, in my opinion. This cabinet I think is overpriced for IKEA. I love the woven detail, but $4.99 for something that you have to paint and put together, that seems exorbitant in terms of cost, but it is solid pine. But to take this to the next level, I would actually stain this 2 different colors and add really nice long handles, and there's some handles I'm going to show you later that would be perfect, so be sure to keep on watching and subscribe if you're not already a part of this channel. Now, I wasn't a huge fan of this. This just gives locker to me. It's innovative. I don't think anyone needs this. I also like the stool. It's innovative. I wish it came in a color. I love the ode to the industrial. Design has become so feminine in terms of silhouette, which is not a bad thing. I do like the more masculine, a little bit more sterile elements. I think we need both to have really beautiful spaces. This side table is great. It's foldable. You can save space with this. I love space-saving furniture. If you're in New York City, if you want to maximize your space, you've got to get your hands on this because you can fold it up, hang it on the wall, but you can also use this as a side table. You can use this outdoors because of the material it's made out of. You can use this as like your little dining setup if it's just you. Love that. And this birch chair just reminds me of the IKEA's kids chair in birch. Nothing wrong with that. And all of these other seating options look fine, but they do look horribly uncomfortable. So I'm not sure that most people would end up maximizing these. So I'd probably pass on them. I really like the colorway of this, just like the variation. It's not something that you see all of the time. I would not pair it with an IKEA candle because their candles don't smell like anything. But I think this would be a great way to introduce a pop of color into your space. Now this candle holder also comes in a cream and it comes in a burgundy. I just hate label clutter, and I think candle holders are a great way to obscure that. IKEA themselves have horrible smelling candles, but these candle holders are really chic and they're really expensive elsewhere. I really like this red shelf. This could be a great way to display books, to layer artwork, to display records, and it's $35. I think that that is an incredible price. It's called the, whatever that is. I love this. This is like, I gotta get that. This is a great way to display collections. And I think people really struggle with that. They'll use like a whole big bookcase, but that just isn't functional when your collections normally aren't to scale. This leaves it open so you can really do whatever it is you want. This is a sleeper sofa. So growing up, my family friends had this variation. It's actually very, very comfortable, or like one of the iterations of this. And I like the channel detail that it has in the cushion. And it just folds out. What?
Arms. Channel.
Yeah. I wish the channeling was in the same direction, but I actually loved sleeping on this thing. But I am someone who loves sleeping on the floor. Fun fact about Kiva. I love sleeping on the floor, and this is nice and floor adjacent. Look at this though. I've never seen this desk. This wicker desk, rattan, excuse me. That is really sleek and sexy. This could be a great entryway table. And I quite enjoy the chair they paired it with, but I would do this in an entryway for sure. Great for like a little mud room as a landing place for the family. Of course, it would make a nice desk as well. But honestly, if you wanted like to make a makeshift desk in like a dining area or a kitchen, this is really nice because it's open, so it's not going to disrupt the flow of traffic. Now, honestly, this is expensive from IKEA. I just saw something almost identical to this at Home Goods, but it is chic. There's a lot of dust on it though, so keep that in mind. You're gonna have to dust it a lot because it's milk glass. Look at this one. Oh, this one is really cutie. This portable lamp. Oh, that is darling.
Oh, it's battery operated.
This is actually one of the cuter ones I've ever seen. I find that people get their coffee table styling very angular, so this is a great way to add some curvature to it in a functional manner, which is amazing. I don't like this, but it's cool that they have it. This is new. Look at this. This spice rack. I actually really like spice racks like this because they don't slide around when you slam the cabinet closed, but you have to measure because these are such a pain. And for reference, a comparable option is $19.99 at West Elm, and it's a cream as opposed to a white. So this is just a great way to save money. They've improved the gold finish on their hardware. They also have this hammered one. I don't love it, but they do have it. This one is probably the most luxurious looking one because it's a nice bronze. It has some texture to it. They have it in the smaller. $17 for two is pretty pricey. I think you could get it better on Amazon, but just look at the comparison of this gold, like this brass, cheapy, to that one over there. So the finish really makes a difference. This is polished, that is not. That's satin, and satin looks much more high-end. I don't know if this is new, but I've never seen this. I love the accessibility here. This is a step stool with handrail. Honestly, I don't think the weight limit is super high. It's max load 220. I mean, that's pretty decent. This is a place to sit in the shower. I'm loving the accessibility here with IKEA. I've never seen something like this before at a major store, so I'm very happy about that. In recent years, livability has gone out the window. Really low sofas, chairs without sides, things that make life easier as you age, things that help make your home easier to live in have gone out the window. So I love that they've included this, and I don't think it's new, but it's new to me and I'm very happy to see it. Now, this dresser is fine. $349 for a dresser this heavy. You're not gonna find this elsewhere. I like this yellow too. Not maybe in a bedroom, but if I wanted a really tall media console, this is way too tall for a media console, by the way. And if you don't know that, follow me on Instagram because I share easy to apply math formulas for your home. And for something like this, I would think of a fun blue tasseled knob like the ones that I put up on the screen. I think that the dresser itself is fine. I think you just need new hardware. And remember, another great way to elevate your IKEA furniture is to add new tops to it. So you can add an agate top. You can add ruffled trim to the base of this dresser. It doesn't always have to be painting to upcycle something. Now we're moving more into the marketplace. I love all the IKEA cutting boards. I think it's just like the most affordable place to get a cutting board, and this is great for small spaces because it can help cover up your sink and give you extra cooking space, which we all need. I don't really understand why we need like colorful tins. And I know that comment probably left you with a bit of cynicism, but I say this because when we use aesthetically pleasing containers, we tend to not depot things correctly, not fully use something so that we can have something chic. So I think it actually leads to a lot of food waste. But if that's not what you're doing, then I think that's great. I think these are also phenomenal. These are like $50 online, so I was really happy to see them here at IKEA. Now, there are lots of new things over here. Now, this bowl is not new. This is part of the Stockholm collection, but Babe really loved it, so I wanted to call your attention to it because a lot of the Stockholm pieces are discounted right now because I think that they are phasing them out. So just wanted to show you this in case you needed a big serving bowl. I talked SHIT about this in the last video, and I stand by that, but I do like that this finish is better. I like this finish. If it had the same finish here, I mean there, that it did here, I would like it. Here are some more fun containers. I think if you're going to have containers that are colorful, I would do smaller ones like this that we're actually going to maximize. And these spice meals are absolutely incredible. They are phenomenally chic. They're something that you want to leave out on display. I've never seen something like this before, and I think the price is 100% worthwhile. I love that IKEA now has darker tones and the more vibrant tones, making them a more accessible shopping location. This is a new dinnerware, serveware collection that they have, so I definitely recommend you check it out if you like more vibrant colors. Now, they have this carafe. I love a good carafe. I think everyone should have them to keep water on your nightstand. We need to be more hydrated as a society. And I think this gradation and finish looks really, really high end. I've never seen this before on a carafe. So this is something that takes a basic IKEA item and elevates it. Horrible finish.
Oh, I like it.
But I feel like you could turn it into some type of cool art. You could use like command strips on the back because command strips do attach to metal. Watch my ad on Instagram when it goes live. Thank you so much. And you could put like some cool textured art here. I think that'd be really fun. And I did buy that tray, so be sure to press subscribe and turn on your post notifications because I'm going to be sharing a lot more IKEA DIYs here on the channel. So if you want to see them, be sure that you are locked in, that you're tuned in so that you do not miss them. This Ambonade collection is not new, but I love these plates and they're dupes of ones from Crate and Barrel, and they're a lot more accessible in terms of price. You should not be paying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars for your plates when they're just basic looking plates. Those are CB2 dupes, faux show. How do they feel? No, they don't feel that nice.
Yes, I think they're good.
But they're cutie.
Yeah.
Now, I always and forever have been a fan of the IKEA waffled bath sheets, and they still feel much nicer. But if you're looking for something that looks chic, maybe for a guest bathroom, a towel that you're not going to use all the time, these are really great. I also love these pillows. These are Coterie Brooklyn dupes. Definitely support a small business. If you cannot afford the $50 pillowcases though, and you love the look, I like this one from IKEA. The zipper is well hidden. The stripes are really well aligned. I think this looks very chic. I'm very happy with this, and I would definitely display something like this in my home. Stripes, vertical stripes, help a space feel taller. So if you're feeling like your sofa is a little bit squat, you want to help stretch the space, even make your room look taller, small details like this are going to take things to the next level. Now, I don't like this more abstract pillow. I also don't like this striped pillow. This leads a little bit more farmhouse. I think the true charcoal and the cream, that really is striking. The other one is a little bit too busy, but look at this deal they have right now. Buy one throw pillow cover and get the other one 50% off. That is an amazing, amazing steal. So if you've been needing some pillow covers, head to IKEA. They have tons of new options. I don't think that many of them are worth highlighting besides this one from the Stockholm collection. Again, not new, but they're phasing a lot of them up, making them a lot cheaper. And this one really caught my eye. If you're into the mid-century, if you're into the modern vintage, if you're into the Art Deco, I think this just really hits the nail on the head. And lumbar pillows are underused pillow shapes. They are a great way to support your lumbar spine and really bolster a seat. And I know you're probably thinking, well, why don't I use a bolster? LOL. Now, some of these rugs are a little bit narrow and you're probably thinking, where do I use them? And remember, you can get creative with your rugs. You can hang them on the walls as tapestries. You can also drape them on the base of your bed as almost like a coverlet. They do something like that at Nordic Knots all the time with their really, really heavy rugs, and I think it looks absolutely phenomenal. And this is even something I've seen done in Architectural Digest recently. So you can do this with IKEA stuff to get that nice pop of color, maybe if you're doing all white bedding. IKEA vases, I think, leave much to be desired. I love the striations in this one though. I thought that this was super fun. I'm not a huge fan of the gray. I wouldn't probably buy this one, but this one was really, really fun. This looks like something you'd get from a West Elm. I love the two-tone finish and the two-tone color. Very, very interesting to look at, but I'd probably use a much taller stem and a much more striking stem than they did here. They also have these more vibrantly colored vases. Not for me, but I wanted to share them with you. They give honeycomb, and I think that that's really fun. I just watched the Bee movie the other day, so maybe that's why I said that. But the silhouettes are really nice, and it really leans into that dopamine decor trend that's really taking over the internet. And let me know down in the comments, how do you feel about dopamine decor? I kind of have mixed feelings about it. I think that when done really well, it looks beautiful, but when incorrectly done, it feels a little bit juvenile. And there's nothing wrong with the space feeling juvenile. That's just not how I personally want to live. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment. I'd love to have a conversation about it. And honestly, I didn't see much change in the lighting section or in the frame section, and that's okay, because IKEA has done so much work recently to really elevate the depth of character, the depth of silhouette, the depth of versatility of their products. IKEA is back on KB's radar, and it should be for you as well. I've linked all of the products in today's video down in the comments, and let me know what you think about this new collection. I'm impressed.